Shibboleth is a piece that refers to the dangers at crossing borders or to being rejected in the moment of crossing borders. So I am making a piece about people who had been exposed to extreme experience of racial hatred and subjected to inhuman conditions in the first world. This piece is trying to introduce into the Turbine Hall another perspective. And the idea is that we all look down and maybe try to encounter the experience of these people that I've been referring to, somewhere hidden within this deep division that is being generated in the Turbine Hall. The presence of the immigrant is always unwelcome. The presence of the immigrant is seen as jeopardizing the culture of Europe. Europe is being seen as a homogeneous society, a democratic society that has learned through centuries of development, has learned to resolve the issues through dialogue. And if that is the case, then where do we place these outbreaks of racial hatred? So I think the society is not so homogeneous and is not so democratic, and there is some people that are experiencing that. So whenever the world, the earth opened in the first world, there is mesh keeping people out or inside, as you want to see it. Anyway, keeping people away. So it's a piece that is both in the epicenter of catastrophe, and at the same time, it is outside catastrophe. As you look in, you can see, you can get the feeling of catastrophe in there, but nonetheless, outside is quite subtle. And I wanted a piece that intrudes in the space, that it is unwelcome, like an immigrant that just intrudes without permission, just gets in slowly, and all of a sudden it's there, and it's a fairly big presence. I believe every work of art is political, because every work of art is breaking new ground, and it's in a way against the status quo. So every work of art, the nature of art is political. Abstract art, all of it is political from my point of view. My work is, because of where I come from, because I come from a country that is in the middle of a conflict, very intense war, and I have always seen conflict, and I have always seen the world from the other perspective, from the perspective of the defeated people, not from the perspective of the triumph. It's not, I don't see this piece as an attack. I just think that it is a reminder. I want to bring into the consensus of everything is well, we are all happy. I want to bring a question mark, a disruption, not only in the space, but also in time. What is it before and what is going to happen after? There is a quote by the philosopher Theodor Adorno that I find it amazing. He said that we should all see the world from the perspective of the victim, like Jewish people that were killed with the head down in the Middle Ages. So he wonders, what is the perspective of a person that is agonizing in this position? So I just wanted to get that perspective. Is the world upside down? What it is like to see the world from down there? So once the show is over, there will be, the piece will be sealed. The piece will remain under the floor, and it will be sealed. So a permanent scar will always be the Turbine Hall as a memory, and as commemoration of all this life that we don't recognize, that for us are like ghosts anyway. So in that way, the memory of the piece and the presence of the people that we don't want to look at, the presence of this life that we don't want to acknowledge, have pretty much the same character, just a vague memory.